welcome back to the Sarai Show. I'm very glad that you're here, first of all, for episode two. Today, we're diving into something that's really close to my heart, and that is the topic of how we can support our immigrant loved ones in these scary times. If you are new here, hi, I'm Sarai. I'm a first generation American, and half of my family is of immigrant status. So when I talk about this, it's not just something I'm passionate about, just generally as an American. It's actually very personal. I've seen firsthand the challenges and fears that many immigrants face, especially now with the political climate and some of these newer policies being introduced. So, yeah, let's get into it. Why are immigrants scared right now specifically? Well, I don't want to make this overly political, but it's no secret that policies like stricter immigration enforcement and conversations about things like mass deportation can create a lot of fear. Actually, even people with legal status might feel on edge, like their place in this country could be taken away. Uh, and it's not just about the laws themselves, though. So it's actually the way that these conversations can make people feel like othered, like they don't belong. And honestly, that they versus us mentality doesn't help anyone. When has that ever worked? We're all part of the same communities, workplaces, and families. We're in this together, whether we realize it or not, whether we like it or not. But first, I want to start. So, for context, there are an estimated 11 million undocumented immigrants in the US. And I know people can have very strong opinions about this, but the reality is that many of these folks are contributing to our economy. They're paying taxes and doing jobs that keep our country running. So when we alienate them, it's not just hurting them, as cliche as that sounds, it's hurting all of us. uh, yeah. And that's why it's so important to show support to the immigrants in our lives, even if we don't know who they are, whether it's family like me, friends, or coworkers. Uh, we need to let them know they're not alone. So today I'm sharing 5 simple but very impactful ways you can support your immigrant loved ones. And yeah, let's jump right in. And this is Tucker, by the way. He's my little buddy today. Number one, be a safe space. Be someone they can trust. Immigrants often carry a lot of fear and uncertainty, especially if they feel targeted, like right now. Just listening without judgment can make a huge difference. Let them share their fears, their experiences, and their hopes. Sometimes all they need is someone who's willing to say, I hear you and I'm here for you. Um, I know firsthand, I've had these conversations with family members who are terrified of their futures, and just letting them vent and reminding them they are not alone in this can really ease that burden that they're feeling. Uh, and that, of course, is going to be a lot easier to do when they're relatives, right? Number two, educate yourself. Take the time to educate yourself about immigration policies and issues. There's so much misinformation out there, and it can be very overwhelming for immigrants to correct every false little narrative they hear. So, by understanding the facts, you can not only support them, but also challenge harmful stereotypes when you hear them. A lot of people just simply aren't aware that immigrants, documented or not, pay billions in taxes every year, or that many immigrants' families have been in the U.S. for decades. Some who arrived here when they were babies and have no idea how to survive elsewhere because this is and has always been their home. Um, I also feel like most Americans aren't aware of the United States' role in creating the conditions that cause immigrants to flood the U.S. in the first place. Knowing these things helps. It really does help you see the bigger picture and advocate for them when it matters, which is every time. And just to be clear, I myself did not know about this, even though I come from a first generation immigrant family. Number three, celebrate their culture. This one's actually fun and it might sound silly, but celebrate their culture, learn about their traditions, try their food, go to their restaurants, and take an interest in their language. It's a way of saying your culture matters, and I'm glad that you're sharing it with me. If you belong to a different culture, heritage, try others. Growing up, we celebrated Mexican holidays alongside American ones, and it made me feel so proud of where I came from. And I know it'll do the same for your loved ones. A lot of them are very similar. It's just different ways of celebrating them. Some include more alcohol than others. Number four, help navigate challenges. Uh, just offer practical help. Navigating things like paperwork, legal processes, or even language barriers can be so stressful for immigrants. If you're able, offer to help with forms, accompany them to their appointments, or connect them with local resources. It's much easier for a native English speaker or someone who is more familiar with research and technology or the law to access the resources they need. So just be a lending hand. There are a lot of nonprofits like United We Dream and the National Immigration Law Center that provide amazing support. Sometimes just sharing these resources can make a world of difference. I'll be sharing some more resources in the description of this video as well, just so you have handy. But the research is not hard to do, guys. Finally, number five, speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up. If you see or hear something unfair, say something, whether it's at work, in your community, or even online. Being an ally means standing up for what's right. And sometimes that's hard to do. Now, this doesn't mean you have to start arguments, but a simple, hey, that's not true, or actually, immigrants contribute so much to our society. Those little things, they go a very long way. So yeah, and there you have it. Five simple but very effective ways to support your immigrant loved ones. And you got to remember, it's not about doing something huge or complicated, which, would be pretty unrealistic. All you have to do really is just show up. It's about showing up, being informed, and reminding them that they are not alone. And we're all in this together because we are. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching and for caring about this topic. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to the Sarai Show. Let me know in the comments how you're supporting the immigrants in your life, or if there's a topic you'd like me to cover next. So yeah, until next time, take care and be kind. Bye for now.